Alright, so with my situation, I came to an agreement where I could park my vehicle near a garage and plug into an AC outlet. Throughout mainly the winter months, I've been using a lot of power, so I've been plugging into that. So I've been relying a lot on space heaters, electric space heaters. Prior to finding out what diesel heaters were, I was using, a Mr. Heater Buddy, but primarily I was using space heaters. So in this video, I'm going to be testing out some pretty ridiculous space heaters. I had to borrow one from one of my coworkers because it was just ridiculously overpriced. So hopefully enjoy the testing of these heaters. Alright, this is a Milkhouse crate heater. Seen a couple names for these, but apparently these are really nice. I was told to try one of these out, to test one of these, and apparently they're really good for putting out a lot of heat. So we're at 44 degrees, 7 degrees Celsius. So on the low setting, we're up to 77 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius. Turning this on to high. So the milk crate heater showing, on the one on the right, it's showing 89 degrees, 32 degrees Celsius. So yeah, the big milk crate heater works nice. Yeah, it just takes up too much room, so that wouldn't be a nice little backup heater. Alright, so another one that I was recommended was a baseboard heater. This one has two settings, 750 and 1500. So luckily it's not as long as I thought, but I thought this was another pretty ridiculous one, but for the size, but we'll see how well it works. I backed my truck up all the way as close as I could to the outlet that I'm allowed to hook into, like this close. I got it as close as I could, that way I can do this properly and hook it up to an outlet. We're all about safety on this channel. Well, with these heaters, you're not supposed to use extension cords, and the manufacturers keep that in mind. They always give you a long cable. This has got to be at least 10 feet. Okay, we got a starting temp of 4 degrees Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. The fan going to move the air around because this is a convection type heater. It doesn't have any fans or anything, it's just oozing heat. Okay, we're at 62 degrees Fahrenheit after an hour, 17 degrees Celsius. So surprisingly, the baseboard heater is actually pretty nice. Nice even heat. So here I have another ridiculous space heater, and this one's ridiculous for many reasons. The first reason, it being a $400 space heater. It also can cool too. This uses some kind of airbender technology or something like that. So it somehow collaborates with air and pushes forward as an affiliate group. I don't know how. I was lucky enough to be able to borrow this from one of my coworkers. This is a Dyson. Comes with a remote, and supposedly this can go as low as 32 degrees, so it kind of works as an air conditioner. I'll definitely check the wattage on this thing. Oh, there's even a there's a timer and everything. This fan is so weird. So I can pretty much stick this most of the way through it, and then that's where, so yeah, there's no air, and then that's where it starts blowing. It also oscillates, which for $400 I would hope so. Yeah, for $400 you would think it would purify the air and reverse climate change. Okay, yeah. This thing uses air multiplier technology to amplify the airflow around it. The thing sounds so serious. I'd hope so for $400. Okay, we got the T1000 of heaters over here. It says 98 on there, and it's trying for it. Right now we're at 91 degrees Fahrenheit, 33 degrees Celsius. And this thing acts crazy whenever I touch it. So if you notice, this thing is oscillating back and forth almost perfectly to where I'm at. Either it has infrared scanners and scanned my body out and trajectorized where it should be pointing, or that just happens to be the radius of where it turns. So it is getting very close to actually hitting that 98 degrees. 35 degrees Celsius. So alright, so it hit the 98 degrees, 37 degrees Celsius. Even going past that. Oh, and it's a low of 34 degrees tonight, so it's not horribly cold out by any means, but still a decent weather to test the heater in. Nice and toasty. Yes. Okay, so this actually also has a cooling mode too. I'm gonna test that out since it's almost 100 degrees in here. So I'm gonna turn on the air conditioning mode. Or cooling mode, I'm sorry. So now it's got a cool little blue light down there. And it's at 21 watts for the cool mode on the highest setting. So it's in cooling mode now, and the cool air feels really good, but for $400, I'm surprised it's not spritzing me with purified water straight from Lake Minnetonka. Air multiplier technology. So yeah, I'm gonna return this heater to my coworker as soon as possible. I'm only gonna do a day worth of testing with it, because the longer it's in my possession, the longer I run the risk of damaging it, and this thing's like $400, so yeah, I don't want to break this thing. So I'm gonna try to get this back to my coworker as soon as possible. Alright, so it's been over 15 minutes and it's still survivable temperature in here. I figured for $400 it might be Arctic in here. I wasn't really sure. It's hard for me to gauge the cooling function of this thing, but overall it's a really unique heater. It's really nice for what it is. It's really expensive. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's the huge drawback for me. I think this thing's around $500 or something like that.